Hello and welcome to episode 2, season 2 of Rebuilding Deportivo. Thanks for coming back for this one. I'm guessing you like the first one and you want to see where we go with it. Well, I can't wait. I think this is a perfect rebuild, and I'm getting curveballs thrown at me absolutely everywhere. So it's an interesting save, I'll tell you that much. Now, make sure you smash the thumbs up because it really does help me. Helps the YouTube algorithm get my content out there. Subscribe if you're new. If you want to become a patron, you'll find a link to that down below in the description. So, before we get into it, it's not. I mean, the league system was a bit random last year. Tier 3 is 4 divisions split into 2 groups each, all go into different phases. Then you go into some playoffs, which we lost and still got promoted to apparently Tier 2. So let's have a quick recap. So let's just go through this as best I can. So of course, you have La Liga, Tier 1. Then you have the La Liga Smart Bank, which is Tier 2, which apparently we got promoted to by winning Segunda Division B1, which is Tier 3. If we go down, obviously you've got the B2, B3 and B4. But if we go back up to ours, got overview and rules, you'll see winning teams win promotion to La Liga Smart Bank. And I showed you that, didn't I, at the end of the episode? Deportivo La Coruna have won promotion to La Liga Smart Bank. Brilliant. We're on our way. The quest is taking place to get back to La Liga. Or is it? Well, first, let's check out this lovely little bit of Wikipedia information, because halfway through the summer, everything changed completely. Everything changed. So, you're looking at the Primera Division RFEF. And if we have a quick read, and we'll scroll down here, it says, in 2020, the Royal Spanish Football Federation announced the creation of a new semi-professional division, which would become the new third tier in Spain. The current semi-professional third tier, which is what we were in, the Segunda Division B, will become the fourth tier. This all takes effect in game, and no one who played Deportivo told me this happened. So basically, we got promoted from Tier 3 into Tier 3. So we're still in the third tier, but it's a brand new tier. It's something new, but we haven't really gone anywhere, but we could have. So let's go back to the game, and we're now in the 14th of August. The new season is about to start, and this is La Liga Santander, Tier 1. And this is the league we were originally told we were going into before they changed the rules. So, if we'd have beat Barcelona B, I'm guessing we'd have been here, because Barcelona B are in the La Liga Smart Bank. So I'm guessing with the old rules in place, we would have got promoted somehow. I'm guessing. Because it said we did. But now it's all changed again. We are no longer in Tier 2. We are in Tier 3 still, in the Primera Division RFEF Pro A. Now, no playoffs or anything. You've got the Pro A, and if I click down, we've got the Pro B, right? And the rules state that the top 2 teams go up. So I'm guessing 4 teams are obviously relegated from Tier 2 Smart Bank, and 2 teams from Pro A go up, and the 2 teams from Pro B go up. So we have got, of course, finishing the top 2 of this brand new league. Like I said, there's 2 tables in this. I don't know why, because you're both equal. You never cross over, I don't think. It is a bit weird. And if we go down, look, you'll see Division B, Division B1, Division B2, Division B3, Division B4, Division B5. That's a new one. So it's completely changed. So if you play as Deportivo or anything in Spain, especially lower level, be prepared, because whatever it's telling you in the first year will change to this in the second year, just like real life, which is brilliant. So the club's vision has slightly changed now. Over the next couple of years, they want us to work towards gaining promotion to La Liga Tier 1. We've got to try and get out of this league, and then the Smart Bank, there's somewhere to go. Well, they want to be in La Liga by the 2024-25 season. So that is pressure. That is like, get promoted, get promoted, get promoted. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I was kind of excited though. Proper league. It's just going to be a league. No group stages or anything. But what was I going to do? What was my plan? Well, with us being in Tier 3 still, there's a lot of teams we've already played against. I mean, as soon as I looked at my staff, I knew they were good for the level we're at. And they're still the best in this league. So I didn't want to waste any more money on this. I thought it's set really, innit? I don't like my staff, but this is set at this level now. They're all mine anyway. Let's stick with it and we'll see what we can do. Now what I could do is completely rebuild the squad, and that's what I said I was going to do. I basically let anyone go whose contract was running out. We've sold loads of players, not for any big money, but we've accumulated a little bit of cash. Obviously I've been scouting all year, so what I did was I basically tried to loan myself in as cheap as possible, the best players that were available to me, an 11. Not my starting 11, but basically try and get half a squad nearly of loans, and then everyone else I brought in is either cheap as chips or on a free. Before we look at the squad depth though, the money situation is decent. This club is huge now. I will put a link down below in the description. A great article someone sent me from Sky Sports News. I think it's pretty recent, and it tells you the demise of Deportivo. It's a great read. It doesn't take long. It'll teach you why they're here, why they're in this situation. But what they do have, and it does explain in that article, is hardcore fans. They're still coming to the games. They're still, paying their tickets. And with this whole restructuring that's happened and the way Deportivo are playing at the minute, they could be going down to the 4th tier, which is just mind-blowing, really. They want me to finish in the top 3. That really isn't on plan with their future vision. If I finish 3rd, I don't think I'd go up. I'm pretty certain it's just the top 2 and that's it. Now, the bookies think we are clear favourites by a long way, I think. I'm not the best with odds, but that looks to me like we are superb favourites to go up. And that wasn't always like that at one point because, I got rid of a lot of players and there was a lot of transitioning going on, which, it has some risk. Are they going to mesh? Are they going to get on? So there is a lot of pressure here, but I felt really confident. So I've kept a couple of players, and one of those players I kept was the goalkeeper. I did look around, couldn't really find anyone any better. He's only 26 years old. I feel like he's pretty settled anyway, so he was good last year, so I've kept him. We've got a new goalkeeper, Mr. Oscar Whaley. So he's decent. He's not too far behind him. He's a year older. On the left, we've got Borja Lopez, who I think looks pretty handy. He's only 27 years old. There was a lot of players knocking about for next to now. On loan, we've got this geezer from Barcelona. Barcelona just stacked. Sergio Akim, I'm going for. Love his hair. Love it. I know I was talking about hair in the last one. He definitely reminds me of that old Bobby Brown. I think it was Bobby Brown. He used to cut it so it looked like a little ski slope. Right back, Carlos Isaac. Again, you got to think of the level we're at, but these players are good for this level. He's only 23 years old. Who else have we got here? Alvaro Sanz, again, another good player, decent potential. He's on loan as well. In the middle, Barcelona are helping us out. But you've got to take it, haven't you? You've got to take it. Musa Di, is it? NDI? I'm going for that. We have Mr. Francis. Decent player, really happy. Good pickup. These are guys who can play all over defence. I'll take that. There's a few more as well in the depth chart. In the middle, got Pablo Torre. He looks decent. Good passer, good technique, good first touch for the level we're at. Singh, I brought him back. He's decent. He was just available, I'll be honest with you. We have this kid as well. Andre Fanner Baldosen. He's from Iceland. He's 19. He's from Bologna. I think his all-round game looks pretty sweet. Kiko, he's unhappy because I sold someone. Get over it, mate. He's 29 years old. Who else have we got? Singh, Juan Carlos. We've got to look at him. Who's this geezer I've got here? Gasper Pandero. On loan from Cadiz. Seriously, there's a load of players you've probably never heard of. I've never heard of half of these. I'm not even saying that. He's one of ours. Looks alright. He's got potential. I don't know how good he is on paper. I'd have to wait and see. I know I'm not showing you everyone in total depth. It takes ages, that, doesn't it? And I think that's good when you've got a good team here. This is just basically stuck all the best players I possibly could together. Like I said, I always scout, say from January, I start looking at players who are going to get released in 6 months, and around March I do the 3-month list, and I just try and get the best I can. Well, my pre-season I left to my assistant, and most things I do it myself, especially with my Tame Valley series, and I probably will do this myself if we get up higher. It's one of them where it's time really, isn't it, sometimes? I know it doesn't take too long, but sometimes when I was just looking at players. There's loads of players obviously I didn't get. that I would have liked to have signed who chose other clubs. Guys on a free who were cracking. There was one guy who was a really good, solid AMC, really fleshed out. He's probably about 28 years old. His name escapes me right now. He chose to go to someone in China, I think. So yeah, I was gutted by that one. I don't know if you ever seen my Palermo rebuild. I signed Wayne Rooney, and he was great for me. I saw Lucas Podolski. He was interested. He's only cost me £4 a week. He's been to some right shit teams the last few years. He was great back in the day. He played for Arsenal as well, didn't he? I just looked at him and thought, he's a bit of a veteran. Maybe that experience in my mentoring groups will help, and it might do. I was going to finally start to try and improve this team because I'm surprised that the training facilities are only good, youth facilities are good, adequate academy, and average youth recruitment. So having that kind of money and having that large wage bill, hopefully, I was going to try my best to start improving the facilities with that cash. Now I can't wait to show you this crazy season. I can't wait, seriously. But we're going to start here. It's just after January, and I've stopped at this point. I've come back at this point because we're about to go on a little cheeky winter break to the United Arab Emirates. But before we look at all that, let's look at our Copa del Rey, which starts in December. We kicked off our campaign against those guys. Not long after, though, we played Rayo Valenciano, is it? Or Valenciano? You know me. We got beat 2-1. Now, I think we put up a game here against a team that's in a higher division. So it made me feel good. It's not good to go out, but again, it seems we're still in tier freaking 3. You know, it's probably good to go out the Copa del Rey and just concentrate on the league. And wow, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. By January the 13th, we had played 24 games and won 24 games. I felt like I could never get beaten. I felt like I could just keep my eyes closed or wait to the end of the game and we'd still win. And what fascinated me the most is I've not got anyone in the top 3 goals. I've not got anyone in the top 3 players. I've got someone in the top 3 assists. I've not got clean sheets. But wow. And it's not like we're winning every game 5-0. There's been quite a few close games, but 24 out of 20 freaking 4. I mean, forget about worrying if your new team's going to gel. I've never seen anything like it. Now, I have had invincible seasons, and it's quite cool on this new game. I've had one on FM21. Who've had it with? Tame Valley, I think, at a lower level. I think, was it? And it'll come up on your manager's thing. Invincible season, I think. Which is pretty cool. But I mean, wow. I mean, we've had a couple of 1-0s. A 2-1 here, a 2-1 there, a 1-0 here, a 1-0 there, a 3-2. And yeah, I mean, where's Lugo? They're like the second best team in the league. We beat them 1-0. So, you know, with a 90th minute, I mean, we're only just perfect, but we're still perfect. I didn't think this was going to happen. But, you know, you can just sit there and go, wow, pure greens, man. So, of course, we may not have anyone in the top 3 goal scorers, but the team's scoring as a whole, and we'll look at the squad in a second. But look at that. Banging them goals in for fun. Although we've not got the best defence, that Lugo team are very good, and for a long period of time, we were neck and neck. But, I mean, how many teams normally go 24 games and win 24 games? I've never had that. I've never got to, like, the halfway point of the season and won every single game in the league. But if you've had an invincible season, let me know. And if you've had a season like this where you've got to the halfway point or anything and won every game, let me know. But I've played tons of Football Manager and had great teams and never had it. Doesn't mean we're going to go all the way, completely undefeated, maximum points. I mean, how crazy would that be? But yeah, this is the squad arranged by average rating. Now, when it comes to the squad, you can have a 22-man squad, but players, I think 19 and under, don't have to be named in that squad. So you can have a bigger first-team squad, and that's what I've got. I think I've got 3 or 4 players, I think, who are technically registered but can play. We're dipping into the finances because we are doing tons with this club this year. Great on the pitch, fantastic on the pitch, and also improving the youth facilities, the training facilities. We're buying our stadium, which is going to be awesome for us, especially, you know, it'll be completed by the end of the season. So, I mean, come on. Can you see us not getting promoted? I mean, how are we going to fall off a cliff? I couldn't see it happening. So we'll hopefully have the stadium by the end of the year. If we're getting to tier 2, that's where we need to be at the least in a proper La Liga league, owning our own stadium. I mean, it's just positive for the club, innit? So we're going to play 2 games in the United Arab Emirates. I know it's warm where we live, and it's lovely where we live, but it's nice to just get away, have a break, as a unit, stay together in a hotel, bond, have a few beers, play a few football games, do a bit of training. So last year in the Smart Bank, I don't think they had any B teams, but obviously with the restructuring, I'm guessing B teams are now allowed back into the second tier. I think they used to be, I'm not 100% sure. A lot of you guys aren't either, but they can obviously not go up to La Liga. You can see that Barcelona being in a promotion spot. So that's quite handy. If you've got a lot of B teams in that division and we go up and we just miss out, we might actually get promotion because they can't. You know, we're going to be playing clubs coming down from the Liga next year. That's quality, like Espanyol. Real Madrid are currently top of the league. Where's Barcelona? 5th. So we did have a bit of fun in the United Arab Emirates. Oh, it's hard for me to get out that. The UAE. We drew our first game, which was disappointing because these were apparently the weaker team, I think. But we bounced back against Al Jazeera, winning it 1-0. But again, it was just about treating the boys to basically a lad's holiday. But would it affect our awesome form in the league? Well, some said yes, because by the 1st of April, we were no longer perfect. How very dare you draw a game? Yeah, we drew a game against a team. And to be fair, we've had some great games, but again, close games. It's not like we're dominating all these games all the time. We played the Burger Boys, beating them 2-0. Then we had a close game against Racing Santander, who I'm sure they've had stints in the Liga, so they're down here with us. 2-1. Bilbao's B team, 1-0. A 2-1 against Pontevedra. Another 2-1 against Real Union. So there's been some great games, some close games, and the board are on board with my vision for the facilities, and I was really happy with it. We're still buying the stadium. You'll see here improving training facilities. We did that in March, and then they instantly let me do it again, which now will be completed by the end of September. So boom, 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 this ball is starting to roll, and this is when I'm starting to get excited. I know this year probably isn't the most exciting. There's not a lot going on. We're just in the league. We went out of the cup early. We're winning lots of games. You know, there's going to be no playoff drama because you either go up or you don't. I understand that, but we're in this for a long haul, hopefully, me and you. Did we get through it undefeated? No. Absolutely devastated. Now, we are champions. There's one game left to play, so we will have a live com. You'll see the boys in action. I couldn't have been more angry. It's like, I don't know what. So we ended up losing 2, drawing 2, which is, you know, don't get me wrong, what a season. Winning 33 games, 30 more than Lugo, 101 points. I mean, we wrapped it up ages ago. But as you can see, we got beat off Cultural Leonese, which was a freaking shocker. I think it shocked the entirety of Spain. The whole country was on its knees thinking, what the fuck happened? And then I just think after that, when we played Andorra, we were just shell-shocked by it. Like, all of a sudden, like, we can actually get beat. But we're going to go into this last game away against a team I've never heard of. But I want you to see the boys in action. We've got to have a bit of a live com, even though it means absolutely nothing. The game is kicking off. Buzzing for this, really. Just to hopefully they show you what they've done so many times. And what they have done so many times is play great football. It's been like watching Brazil. I know we're at tier 3 still. But there's a lot of talent here. A lot of it's not mine. It's loaned in from clubs like Barcelona. But I did sign a lot of good players who've got high star ratings. And I know that's relative to your club and where you're situated. But they've still got that potential to be good for us. And I think we've developed quite a few of them this year. They've got a good season behind them now. I mean, going forward, we can be quite exciting. Bit gutted. I think one of the centre-halves alone from Barcelona. He's on the bench today. Chadi Riyad. His contract was coming up. There's 2 of them, actually. His contracts are coming up, and they've decided to go to other clubs. That was a bit heartbreaking. I was hoping we could actually make them our own players. But I'm still excited. You can loan whatever you want. And I think that rule still applies when we go up, because we have gone up. Finally, to tier 2. Only took 2 years. Go on. Shut. Bit of magic. No magic. But again, I've been scouting, and I think, you know, keep the band together. I think we'll be able to get a load of loans, and even better loans. And there you go. Gonzalez, Hugo. Love it. And I think this shows that, you know, I know some people are wary when you make a lot of changes. The game even tells you if you make a lot of changes, it's not a good thing. Or, you know, you sign a lot of loans, they're all coming in, they don't really care. But they do, I think. And as long as you get the right kind of player, And the quality shines through with a good tactic and right decisions. And I mean, I loaned in what, 11, 12 players this year. Ooh, I signed 11, 12 players this year. So yeah, I think I'm just going to go down that model again. Keep saving the money, keep the wages down, keep putting into the facilities. And if we sneak into La Liga, how good would that be? Hopefully we'll have enough money to then start doing things and have a few good young players. Anyway, it's our time. We're definitely in control of this. I want way more though. I want more from my boys. But yeah, I'm excited. I love rebuilding, and this is why I love this series. You know, rebuilding a team, rebuilding its infrastructure. We can really get that youth academy together. The more years I put into it, the better. Unlike this game ain't good. But yeah, like I said, I know it's not been the most exciting season. We've won everything in the league pretty much. Won it by a canter. But hopefully next year, my plan will be hopefully to show you the squad a bit more in depth. It'll be a lot more challenging. There'll be a lot more things to look at. It'd be cool if we got in the playoffs this summer. Just have an exciting end to it, do you know what I mean? But we just got to get through it, haven't we? Get through it together, hopefully. So don't be put off. Make sure you come back for Season 3, Episode 3. Here's Gonzalez taking everyone on. Come on. Oh, but you know what you can do for some excitement, don't you? Go and check out my Tame Valley series. Episode 31 came out recently. End of the season. End of our second season in the Premier League. And what an end to it. Although I did miss something out that didn't explain something. Oh, there you go. Which I'm now regretting. I'll talk about in another episode. But yeah, great series. We are champions of the new Primera Division RFEF FFEF Pro A-League, whatever it is. We've won the first ever one, which is something to be very proud of. Well, that's interesting because no B teams have come down. So you've got Real Sociedad B, Valencia, Barcelona B came second, but they can't go up. Lucky Girona. So that's good, isn't it? And Atletico Madrid won the Liga. I absolutely love that. Mixing it up a bit, makes it different. Got some good point difference there. But they missed out on a domestic double because Atletico Bilbao won the Copa del Rey. And I absolutely love that because of the restrictions that club's under. So what a great season by a squad that was just pretty much thrown together. Again, look, we've got a lot of good players here that I really want to keep that are ours, like Garcia. Gonzalez could have had a better year, but I think he will have a better second season. A lot of them really. A few guys brought in that were a bit older who did really well for me, who again are going to get a chance to stay. All the youngsters as well. Everyone in Spain has to have a minimum fee, don't they, in the contract, I think, and they all wanted like £500,000. I made sure that everyone I've got who's got a high potential possibility has got like at least 30 million. So if anyone ever gets stolen off us, people are going to have to pay for them. But these are the two players. Singh, that was it. I wasn't really interested though. It's a decent end to the season. I've had him on loan for 2 years. Is he going to the States? Yeah, New England Revolution. And there we go. Thank you for sitting here with me and watching this video. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you do. And go and check out my other content. Tame Valley's out there. Best series I've ever made. Don't know why you're not watching it. I'm also doing editor series. I'm doing it bit by bit. But yeah, thank you for watching. I know it's been a bit of a weird one, really. It's not been the most exciting, really. I don't feel. A bit too easy. But the challenges are all still ahead of us. And the challenge is to get to the league, and it's still a long way to go. I think next season is going to be completely different. I can't wait to get stuck into it. So, hope you're happy, hope you're safe. Stay well. I'm Bood. Bye-bye.